Hey, I'm Adam Jusko from PropMoney.com, and in this video we are going to talk about how long a hard pull or hard inquiry stays on your credit report and affects your credit score. But before we do that, I would ask you to please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not already, and if you have already, I thank you for doing so. So anytime that you apply for credit or you apply for a mortgage loan or an auto loan or another type of loan, there's going to be what is called a hard pull or a hard inquiry of your credit report and your credit score. So that financial institution, that bank or otherwise, is going to report to the credit reporting agencies that you have requested a new credit card, or that you are taking on new debt, or at least that you have asked to take on new debt. And that is going to show up on your credit report when you do that, and it is going to ding your credit score in a negative way, although in a small way for every hard pull. Now, a hard pull as opposed to a soft pull, which is when you do not request it yourself, but a company that is marketing credit cards or loans or whatever actually looks at your credit report as a way to figure out how to give you a pre-approval or that sort of thing. So if they're marketing to you and they are reaching out to you, that is a soft pull of your credit report, and it doesn't hurt you. If you are the one requesting it, then that is a hard pull, and that is going to affect your credit score. Now, any particular hard pull is not a big deal. You're probably looking at 3, 4, 5 points off of your credit score for every hard pull that you get. The longer your credit history is, the lower that number is going to be in terms of how much any particular hard pull matters. However, if you have a lot of hard pulls, obviously that means that you could then be pooling those pulls, and you could have a more significant number obviously affecting your credit score. So the question is, how long are those hard pulls going to stay on your credit report, and how long are they going to affect your credit score? And the answer is the hard pull is going to stay on your credit report for 24 months. However, it's only going to affect your credit score for 12 months. So essentially, when you have a hard pull, it's going to be on there for a year. When that year is up, it's going to no longer be factored into your credit score. Now, if somebody did a deeper dive on you, they could see that credit inquiry there for 24 months, but it's no longer going to be part of the calculated credit score once a year has gone by. Now, some people get themselves very worked up about hard pulls, and every time they do anything, they're worried that it's going to be a hard pull. For most of us, we're not constantly going after credit, although some people are. So for the most part, it's not going to matter all that much when you have a hard pull. Like I said, it is generally not going to be more than 3, 4, or 5 points off of your credit score, and then that's going to go away after a year. So it's when you have many hard pulls is when it really is going to have a bigger impact on your credit score. Now, one of the things that FICO says about people that do have many hard pulls is that they are more likely to go bankrupt, which will show you maybe why lenders would be a little more wary of you if you do. FICO says that if you have 6 or more credit inquiries on your credit report, those hard pulls, then you are as much as 8 times more likely to declare bankruptcy as someone that has no hard pulls on their credit report, which makes some sense because there's only so many people that don't have any hard pulls on their credit report within a certain period of time. Now, like I said, each credit card application is going to be considered a hard pull. However, if you are shopping for mortgage loans or auto loans, those are not necessarily all individual hard pulls. If you are kind of doing some rate shopping and you are doing all of those things within a confined period of time, then those will be looked at as a single hard pull. So you may apply, in multiple places in order to see what rate that you would get on a mortgage or whatever. But if those are all within like a 2-week period, then in terms of how that shows up on your credit report and affects your credit score, it's only going to be seen as one hard pull. So if you're somebody that is in that position, you should not think of each one of those as a hard pull and somehow make that deter you from actually doing that rate shopping, because you're only going to get the one hard pull, and it gives you that opportunity to look around, which is what you want to do. Obviously, you want to get the best rate, so you would rather have these companies be doing these hard pulls, and you can do that with the confidence of knowing that it's not going to affect your credit score negatively beyond that point. Now, when you have a more limited credit history or you have a bad credit history, obviously this is the time when the hard pulls, each individual hard pull comes more into play. Because obviously if you have a limited credit history and you don't have, it's not very high yet, your credit score, well, losing 5 points is more significant. If you have bad credit, losing 5 points is more significant. And again, if you're doing multiple applications, then obviously you could be losing more points, than someone who has a long history. They may lose less on each inquiry because it's just a smaller piece of the whole credit score puzzle, where if you don't have as much of a history, obviously, each thing that you do has a greater impact, regardless whether it's, paying your bills on time or getting new credit or whatever. Every single thing you do has a larger impact because you don't have as much of a track record and there are fewer data points on you from the lender. So overall, you shouldn't be worried really about, these hard pulls. You should be really concentrating on the fact of paying your bills on time, making sure that you are doing the right things, and that way the hard pull, like I said, will fall off your credit report in 2 years and it'll be out of your credit score within 1 year. So any individual hard pull is not that big of a deal unless you are somebody that is very addicted to, shopping from credit card and churning through cards. That is when you may have some problems. But again, the longer your credit history, the less it matters. You have a shorter credit history, a bad credit history, that's when you really want to, limit the number of hard pulls that you are having within every year or 2 year period. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Please go to proudmoney.com where we talk other personal finance stuff and we do credit card reviews and all sorts of other fun stuff too. Thanks for watching. Bye.